Hello out there, CP Algebra 1B, and welcome to lesson 11.4, part 2. How do you multiply radicals within binomials? We are adding on to our multiplication. If you forgot about 11.4.1, it'd be a good idea to go back and rewatch. The main idea with multiplying these is now we have binomials, which are two terms, if you remember those. Simplifying, basically we're going to use the good old FOIL process. All right, it is back, FOIL. What that means is, again, our little process here. So a binomial times a binomial, you take your first parts, so square root of 2 times square root of 2. That would be the square root of 4. All right. Outside, so I like to split up as to everything I'm doing, and I encourage you to do the same. Outsides, or the outer numbers, so square root of 2 times negative 5 is negative 5 roots of 2. Remember that only square roots can multiply to other square roots. Otherwise, you have two different parts. Inners, so the inners are negative 4 times square root of 2, which is negative 4 roots of 2. And the last, negative 4 times negative 5, is plus 20. Okay, so the first step is foiling. All right, now there's some more magic that happens, so this is great, but let's continue to go. The first thing, which some of you might have noticed, is, hey, our first term happens to be the square root of 4. Well, that's a perfect square, which is automatically 2. All right, so square root of 4 is just a regular old 2. Some other stuff to consider. In the middle here, let me use a different color, are negative square root of 5 roots of 2, negative 4 square roots of 2. Since they're the same radical, we can add them. So negative 9 square roots of 2. And our last number here is 20. Nothing really special happens with it. But wait, there's a little bit more. The 2 and the 20, they're like terms as well. So again, this is pretty cool. But then the 2 and the 20, and most likely your ends will add together, means there's 22 things minus 9 roots of 2. So it's FOIL and then some square root stuff thrown in there. Take it step by step. First, master the FOIL process. Then look for like terms and simplify any square roots if possible. So we're going to do a lot of examples. Just take your time through them and follow along, and you should get the hang of it here. All right, so number 2. FOIL. So we are going to do our first, our outers, our inners, and our lasts. I encourage you to take it slow at first. Okay. Square root of 5 times square root of 3 is square root of 15. Outers. Boop, boop, boop. Square root of 5 times square root of 3 is, again, square root of 15. Inners, square root of 3 times square root of 3. Well, that would be the square root of 9. And lasts, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is once again square root of 9. I know a lot of these are the same, but just trust the process and see what happens. So, look for like terms. Square root of 15, square root of 15. That means I have 2 square roots of 15. And square root of 9 and square root of 9, those are both perfect squares. So really it's like 3 plus 3, all right, which is 6. So the final answer, 2 roots of 15 plus 6. Okay, so square root of 9 is 3. This square root of 9 is 3. I added those together, and 1 square root of 15 and another square root of 15 is 2, which is there. So just take your time and step by step. Again, try not to jump too far ahead at first here. You don't want to start out sprinting, you want to stretch out and start out slow. So there we go. 2 roots of 15 plus root of 6. 3, a little bit more with this one. Okay, let's take care of the firsts. Square root of 2 times negative 3 square root of 2. Remember, the negative 3 is not a square root, so it's going to be out front. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2 would be the square root of 4. Okay, I would leave it like that for right now. Outers, square root of 2 times the square root of 4. Well, that would be the square root of 8. Okay, if you notice already, this is just 2. You could simplify that, but let's just continue with this here. Inners, square root of 5 times negative 3 square root of 2. So remember again that negative 3 is going to be out front, so minus 3 roots of 10. And last, square root of 5 times square root of 4 is square root of 20. Okay, so all those square roots, and then we can work on simplifying. The first term, what happens here? If you said the 4 becomes a 2, you are absolutely correct. Square root of 4 is 2. I'm just going to keep going. That would be a negative 6 for our first term. 8. Think about the perfect squares that go into 8. That's square root of 4 times 2, meaning this is 2 roots of 2. Okay, so we'll leave that the same. The inner terms, negative 3 roots of 10. Nothing happens with that. No square roots go into 10. So just negative 3 roots of 10. And the lasts, think about, so square root of 4 times square root of 5, meaning that's 2 roots of 5. We have 4 terms in our final answer. Not the prettiest, but that's what it is. Okay, now notice, okay, 4 terms because that square root of 2, is different than the square root of 10. And is different than the square root of 5, so they cannot add together. So we have 4 parts there. Whew. Pat yourself on the back, and we will move on to another example. Alrighty. And at any moment, if you want to pause and try it and come back and check, you can certainly do that. So first, negative 4 roots of 25. Outers, boop, boop, boop. Minus 16 roots of 5, negative 4 times 4. Inners, boop, boop, boop. Negative 1 roots of 5, or just negative root of 5. Lasts, minus 4. That's an easy one. Let's see what happens here. Well, square root of 25 is 5, so it's negative 4 times 5. Negative 16 roots of 5. Hey, these can combine. So actually negative 17 roots of 5. And minus 4. So I have negative 20 minus 17 roots of 5 minus 4. Almost there. That's a fantastic job, but notice, negative 20 and negative 4, they are similar. So negative 24 minus 17 roots of 5. Nicely done. Okay, a few more here. So first, square root of 3 times square root of 3. Square root of 9. Outers, whoop, minus 2 roots of 3. Inners, yep, plus root of 3. Lasts. Square root of 9 is 3. Square roots of 3, these can combine. So minus the root of 3, and then minus 2. Again, let's take a look. Can anything combine? The 3 and the negative 2 can. So it's 1 minus the root of 3. All right. So FOIL. First, outers, inners, lasts. Reduce if you can. Add like terms. Last few examples going to involve some variables or some other tricks. 6, the trick with it is it's being squared. So again, you need to write it out twice. Root of 3 plus root of 5v. Root of 3 plus root of 5v. Writing it out twice is what that squared means to do. Then you repeat the FOIL process. Okay, so square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. Outers plus the root of 15v. Inners, another root of 15v. And last, root of 5 times 5 is 25. And then v squared. Okay? Simplify. So, add like terms. The square root of v's are the same, so I have 2 of them. Square root of 9 is just a 3. And the square root of 25v squared is simply 5v. So remember about the variables, okay? If we're squaring it, there would just be one pair that comes out. 25 is a 5. We again have 3 different terms. I'm not going to be picky with how you arrange them. Whoops. But you cannot combine anything else at this point. Square root of both those things is different. 3 is not the same as 5v. So you can leave that as your solution. Okay. 2 more examples. Again, how about you pause and try this one out? Pause it, try it out, come back, and see what you get. Main idea, FOIL. First outers, inners, lasts. Boop, boop, boop. Negative 5. Outers. Minus root of 2. Boop, boop, boop. Plus 5 roots of 2. Boop, boop, boop. Plus root of 4. All right. Is negative 5 minus 4 roots of 2. Plus 2. And negative 3 minus 4 roots of 2. And that's it. How'd you do? I'm sure you did just fine. If not, go back, see where you might have made a mistake, and learn from that. That's no big deal. So negative 3 minus 4 roots of 2. Whoa. Sorry about that. And our last example, let's see what happens here. Negative 3 times, or root of 3 times root of 3, root of 9, plus 2 roots of 3, minus 5 roots of 3, minus 10. Root of 9 is 3. Minus 3 roots of 3, minus 10. And lastly, let's combine our outers. 3 minus 10, negative 7, minus 3 roots of 3. And that's it. Multiplying binomials, the good old FOIL process. Please do your best on the practice. Check your answers as well. And great job, guys. Thanks for watching. And again, encourage you, pause the videos, go back, rewatch things. Again, you don't have to watch it in one fell swoop. You can go back and just have a great day as well. Nice job.